Hello all and welcome back to the YouTube channel of All Day Chess. And in today's video we're going to be analyzing this puzzle with a crazy brilliant move which seals the game. And without further ado, if you want to share your puzzle or if you want to talk chess, the community will welcome you with open arms in our Discord. Our Discord link will be in the description below. We hope to see you. So without further ado, let's get started. So this puzzle looks super crazy, and let's just process it for a moment. We have two rooks on the H file, threatening to checkmate the opponent king. We're in check currently, and so, okay, let's first do that. We're in check, and now the puzzle starts, and we have a very important decision to take. We have four different ways to get out of check. We can either recapture with the knight, move our king to either of these squares, or recapture with the queen. So let's look at all of them. First, recapturing back with the knight isn't very good, simply because they can just take our rook, and white has no more attack on the enemy king anymore. Our queen is blocked by this knight's doing practically nothing. This rook though, it can take the h6 pawn, but that's about it. Now the second way we can recapture, the second way we can get out of check is king to b1. But now they simply take our rook yet again, and we have a very similar case. They can take our knight maybe, do something like that, but there's no attack after all of this, right? Maybe you can take another pawn, it's even black turn. So black can just play queen g5, protect the pawn, and everything is fine for black. And so that doesn't work. So lastly, there's king to d1. Second to last option is king to d1. But now simply knight takes b2, grab a pawn while you're at it, and then when they take your knight, you simply take their rook. And once again, the attack has fizzled out. There's nothing. And lastly, there's queen takes d3. Now this is actually a brilliant move, which is very surprising since you may be just thinking, it's just a recapture, isn't it? Well, it's also threatening checkmate. And now black needs to react, so black will take our rook, correct? Now there's no more checkmate threat for now, because we're going to activate this rook into the game, bring it over here, and now we're threatening checkmate yet again. So black has to stop it with f5. If they try anything else, like maybe move their rook over, and then they're simply check, and then king moves, and this is checkmate. So they have to play f5. And after f5, we're going to play a very, very nice move. Rook to g6 check. So the king can't come to f7 because of the knight. King can't come to g7 because of the rook. And obviously the king is in check. So it has to come to either h7 or h8. So if the king comes to h7, right, we want to get our queen. If we get our queen anywhere on this h file, it's going to be a checkmate. And you'll know that based on the queen and rook checkmate, except that was in an endgame, but it's still a similar case. The rook is being protected here, and they're taking over both of these files, including the king, which is in check. So black can do nothing, right? So we have two queen moves we need to put into consideration here. Queen to e2 and queen to f1. I'll tell you what, one of them is really good for us. The other one, not so much. So let's look at queen to f1. Now, maybe we're threatening something like queen h1, right? So like if f4, we can play queen to h1, and then queen has to come here, and then we win the game with checkmate, correct? But it's not so easy, actually. Queen to f1, they simply take our knight, which is what was guarding our rook. And now if we take back, they just take our rook, and our attack has absolutely nothing. Maybe we can play queen to f3 or something, but we really don't get anything at all. And now we're going to look at queen to e2. Queen to e2, right away we're threatening queen to h5 checkmate. So black has to play queen to g5, and after rook takes g5, the puzzle is over. We have just won a queen, and we are in a really, really good position. So everyone, I really hope you enjoyed that video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.